Hello and welcome to another episode of the Not For Nothing podcast. Happy to be streaming in today from New York City with my co-host Natasha.
Hello.
And I want to start off with a quick PSA. Have you ever had Crumbl cookies?
I have not, but I have seen.
You've seen and heard enough.
Yes.
I'm glad. This is a PSA for those who somehow like Crumbl cookies or people who haven't tried them and have been waiting for that moment to try them. They're bad. They're very bad.
And why are they bad? There's like a very specific thing about them that makes them bad.
Oh, the fact that they're just raw cookie dough?
Yeah, they're just not
They're
baked.
just completely not cooked. They're fucking disgusting.
Which there's a difference between eating cookie dough from the store and eating cookie dough from the cookies you're making versus eating cookie dough from a cookie that should have been baked and like, who knows, like
Literally half baked to the
I
point
feel
where
like-
you're eating like raw flour and egg.
I feel like that there's more, there's a high chance of bacterial infection.
Yeah, I'm assuming like they probably like their KPIs are probably use that flour that's been like sterilized that so that it's not raw because their cookies are so raw. I'm sorry, like somebody in my boyfriend's family had a sweet 16 and I went to the sweet 16 and the takeaway that they brought were Crumbl cookies, which like I was like actually hype. I was like, okay, sick. This is my opportunity.
Yeah,
I get
to try them.
I get to try it for the first time. They've always looked so good to me and I've been like, yeah, I want to know what all the hype is about.
Because they have interesting flavors and stuff like that.
There was an apple crumb one.
Yeah.
That was like, that's so seasonally appropriate. Sounds
Yeah.
so delicious. Chocolate chips, s'mores. Like there were so many options.
But no.
Absolutely disgusting.
Didn't your sister get sick?
My sister got extremely sick from it. She said that she was literally throwing up from it for like 24 hours.
That's terrifying and my biggest fear. And it's what I've seen on TikTok is that people are complaining that they're just raw.
How have they not gotten sued yet? Like I'm
I don't
actually
know.
surprised.
And they're expanding. Like they're everywhere now.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay.
There's one near my parents' house now. And my mom was like, you know, like she wouldn't ever go on her own.
right.
But it's like the type of stuff you like wait. And so she's like, oh, we should go together if you want. Like there's a new cookie place.
Right.
And I was like, Mama, no,
Hell no.
stay away. I will make you all the cookies you want. But like,
Go to insomnia.
you're so small. Like you might die from
You're
this.
too fragile for this.
And even le vin, like those sometimes borderline the raw.
Really? I've never
And
had those either.
also, I'm sorry, but what is it? Like $8 to $10 for a cookie? Like
Oh my God.
that's just absurd.
Just
At
for
the end
just
of
a
the day,
regular
you're
cookie.
getting like 4 or 5, like a selection. You're spending $100. Like at that point,
Yep.
I could have made you like 200 cookies.
Yep. It's actually disturbing, like,
Especially because cookies are the one thing that are extremely easy to make.
and very cheap.
Especially chocolate chip. Like
Yeah, very
there's
cheap to
some
make.
cookies that are a little more complicated. Like a gingerbread is really, it's a little
Mhm.
more complicated because you have to get the molasses ratio correct.
That's
and
true.
so that you're,
Even
like-
a snickerdoodle, you need like cream of tartar.
yeah, it's like I
Like-
like a crunchier gingerbread, but
Mhm.
sometimes you want like a softer, like
I do like a soft
there's a lot of
gingerbread.
texture
I used to be
play.
known for my gingerbread.
In LA, I was like when I first moved there, got like so obsessed with making them.
Mm-hmm.
It was like my big thing at all times. I have no idea why. And again, this is purely brainwashed by the Christmas community.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because it's not
Same.
in either of our cultures to make
No.
gingerbread man cookies and
No,
decorate for
no.
Christmas.
Nope.
But I
It's pure Christmas FOMO.
I just wanted to feel involved.
We should have a Festivus celebration this year. We really should.
Well, yeah. I used to host like some Hanukkah parties. It's always a good time.
But like, let's do a truly religiously neutral
Yeah,
celebration.
I
Like,
like that.
we could just call it For the Rest of Us. Like, that's it. Like, just use the slogan.
But like have all the like Christmas foods.
Maybe not. Maybe we make some new traditions.
Yeah, but like a gingerbread is still pretty fun. I was
love
making like weed leaf gingerbread because I had a weed leaf.
Cute. I like cookie decorating. That is a fun.
And I love ginger.
I
Like,
do
it's
love
so
gingerbread.
good.
It really is good.
So they knew what they were doing.
They certainly did.
But the Crumbl, I don't know if you've seen this, but they now have hand pies,
No.
which
Oh,
worries me.
God,
Because
it is
now-
a hand pie. The inside is raw.
Yeah, but
That's
no,
basically a filling.
But I mean like savory hand pies. So I'm
Get
like,
the fuck
now
out.
you're bringing meat unbaked into the equation.
I'm actually extremely alarmed. I'm not going to lie to you. That's really scary.
You haven't seen this?
No, I haven't seen it. I'm not really on Crumbl talk. I never see like I wasn't influenced by the masses about Crumbl. I had like heard about it through passing, and I was just really excited. It's to the point at the Sweet 16 where the Crumbl cookies were on the table, and one of the people working the event took one of the cloth napkins and actually snuck a Crumbl cookie from the gift table at the end of the night into the back. Like, they literally stole a Crumbl cookie.
No, they're so hype. And we've talked about this before.
Disgusting.
But my Instagram is my TikTok is very different than like my personality, where like I get fed all these like white girl waspy trends, even though I would never particularly partake in buying like a $5 cookie.
Yeah.
But I'm very aware about what Crumbl is.
Dude.
And so these hand pies.
No, this is really scary.
Theoretically could be delicious. Like I love a hand pie.
Dude, it actually looks like an uncooked empanada.
Like, and that's exactly what it is. I'm like, are you just rebranding empanada and just not cooking it? Because in a place like New York where you can get some of the best empanadas.
I'm actually scared. There's 6 flavors right now that they're showing on this post. Shepherd's pie, barbecue mac, pizza, chicken pot pie, bacon and egg, ham and cheesy potato.
So
every single one of them has meat.
Except pizza.
I think the pizza one might even have meat in it. Yeah.
Which that's also crazy.
That's disgusting.
Because you could go savory and safe.
Yeah.
No one's
That's what I'm saying.
No one,
just do potato and cheese. Or potato and egg.
Pizza without pepperoni.
Right.
Tomato sauce and cheese.
A bean and rice.
Ugh, a bean and
do you like rice balls?
I do. What are they called?
My mouth
Arancinis?
Oh my God, my mouth is watering right now.
I love those.
I had a rice ball last night.
They're so good.
Great. God.
And regardless if they're like I've had some that are like could be baked more.
Yeah.
They're still delicious.
Same.
Because it's still like delicious.
It's cheese and rice and fried. So good.
Like I don't mind that it falls apart.
Yeah, no, same. It's almost meant to.
Yeah, but sometimes it's also nice to have like a real crunchy one that's like holding it.
Yeah. I could go for some rice balls. I want to make my own.
Yeah, it's apparently like not too hard. The secret is freezing them.
Really?
So you ball them up, similar to cookies.
Yeah.
So you ball them up and then freeze them.
Okay, I love that idea.
So that you can just fry them and they like kind of stick together more.
That's also such a smart like meal prep thing. Like imagine having like a freezer full of rice balls and you just fry them whenever you want it.
That's incredible.
Ooh, that sounds so fucking good. Or air fry them.
Yeah, air fried, same thing.
Oh my God, sounds delish. Yeah, so in conclusion, Crumbl cookies are very bad. If you disagree, you are wrong. But I actually, you know what? Go ahead and disagree with me. Give me an argument that show me a Crumbl cookie that's cooked.
Yeah, one that has been rebaked at home.
I thought about that, but have you ever like taken out cookies too soon and put them back in? Not the same.
It's never the same.
Not the fucking same.
They always burn.
I actually thought about recooking the Crumbl cookies that I had.
You could have air fried them.
Yeah, I guess so.
I haven't done much of that. I don't own an air fryer currently, but when I did, there was like a lot of people bake in the air fryer.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've never done it either.
I also like don't really want to cross contaminate because I use it for meat mostly. Like air fryer and like fish is probably the best.
Oh, I've never done fish either. I've always been scared, but it comes out looking so good.
No, fish in the air fryer is one of the best things ever because it's so crispy and not too. I feel like the oven sometimes overcooks.
Yeah,
and then pan fried is sometimes just messy.
Yeah, it totally is, and it makes your house stink.
Yeah,
I like
but like I do like a little salmon, and you put the marinade on. It's some of the best.
You know what? I'm gonna do that.
I don't know if you eat shrimp, but that's also
I do.
Good.
I've never cooked my own, but
in the air fryer, very good.
I'm gonna make salmon in the air fryer.
Like
I think this week.
Shrimp.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, don't go buy and shell and devein. Like
sweetheart, I couldn't even if I tried.
Like that's just so much.
Yeah, that actually kind of sounds good.
Better than Crumbl cookies, that's for damn sure.
Bro, you're gonna make me vomit. It's really bad.
When you texted me that those were available, I was like, I already know where this conversation's going. Because
I was like the last to know.
I've been on the TikToks.
I really feel like I was the last to fucking hear about.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't think Liz knew either. Like she was probably in the hype, like would have been excited.
Yeah, because I feel like Crumbl cookie people fall into the same category as Cold Stone people, and Liz is a Cold Stone person.
Yeah, and she's an ice cream ice cream sandwich person.
Love a good ice cream sandwich.
Like when we went to Cold Stone, that's what she got.
Really? I didn't even know they had that.
Yeah, it's like in a box for home. Like it's a pack of 6.
My boyfriend loves Cold Stone, and it's too fucking sweet. It's too sweet.
I don't really, first of all, it's very expensive.
Extremely expensive.
And like, you're not going to Cold Stone to get the not all the flavors in.
As a matter of fact, I went to Cold Stone the other day with him because it was his birthday.
Where's there a Cold Stone near you?
Staten Island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I was just like,
because there's a few in Brooklyn, but not that many.
Yeah, there used to be one in Bay Ridge, but there's not anymore. That was very popular. Mm-hmm.
The ice cream industry of New York is suffering.
Kind of.
There was a huge Cold Stone moment. Then there was a huge Haagen-Dazs moment. There was like...
I forgot that there used to be standalone stores for Haagen-Dazs.
Everywhere. Like, that's where you would get ice cream. Mm-hmm. And then there started being like the bougie, natural, whatever.
The Van Leeuwens of the world.
And now there's a bunch of Van Leeuwens. But other than that, there's not like... It's harder to find just like a good old...
There's Baskin Robbins in Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, but Baskin Robbins is not very good.
I hate Baskin Robbins. I won't simply not eat it.
We had this conversation last week, but... Dunkin' on the West Coast is like a novelty, so it's like very nice and pretty, whatever. Mm-hmm. I forgot like how old and run down a lot of these Dunkins are.
Oh yeah, but it can get ratch over here.
And I don't really want the ice cream that has been unknowingly frozen, not frozen.
For like an indefinite amount of time.
Like the Dunkin' Baskin Robbins near me in DC, their AC was not working for a while.
Oh, that's good.
So I told my sister, like, let's go. You shouldn't be having like the ice from there.
Like you literally shouldn't be eating anything. Because
exactly.
You're going to get sick.
Like who knows what's going on.
That's so disgusting.
And I felt so bad because the workers were like sweating so much and it was like a heat wave. And I was like, yeah, this feels probably illegal.
Speaking of food safety, I saw that there was a Trader Joe's, I believe in DC, that lost power. And they actually did the right thing. I love Trader Joe's. Honestly, they could do no wrong in my opinion.
I will say my experience at the Trader Joe's in Maryland was not that great.
Really?
Yeah, it was kind of a bummer.
This is what they said. Yeah. They basically lost power, and as they lost power, they made an announcement that was like, take what you want. Everything is free right now. And they just let people check out.
That's so weird because I didn't get a call from them. And like,
I know. They should have alerted the masses.
I should have been contacted. Not the masses, the Natashas.
That's honestly just, you had to be there situation. It's like, if you were there, you were blessed.
And I was not. And I didn't appreciate when I went to the Trader Joe's in Maryland, there was an old man. And you can have your own opinions on masking and whatever. But he was an older man, immunocompromised, came in with a mask and needed help to find something and asked the manager at the Trader Joe's if he could put a mask on when speaking to him because he's immunocompromised. And he's like 80 years old. And the guy was like, no. And he was like, what do you mean no? And he's like, we don't have any. Like, we don't need to wear masks. Like, it's fine.
Want to hear something crazy on the same beat?
Bummer.
During the peak of CO.
Yeah. Obviously, for context, this was a month ago. So
right. Post-CO.
I mean, post-peak.
Post-CO reality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the way we're living right now is not, even though it exists, we're acting like it doesn't.
Yeah.
Peak CO.
Yeah. Deep
2021 probably, early. My friend worked at a Trader Joe's on Long Island and said that her manager said that corporate asked them to not wear masks.
You see what I'm saying? There's something about Trader Joe's and masking.
Yeah.
Like the manager was saying that they don't provide for them masks and like they were
weird. My friend quit. She was like, they were their workers were not allowed to wear masks.
And so that made me really uncomfortable for this old man because I was like, I, first of all, wish I had one to provide.
Right.
Which I was also like, damn, I probably should have some in my car at all times just to be safe. And I'm like, it's really hard for like these elderly who are still, for them, it's still very much a reality. And it was just kind of a bummer because they are normally so cool and whatever, progressive. But my dad will say they are owned by Aldi, so...
You know I'm an Aldi stan. I can't. Yeah, but they can't do anything wrong in my opinion.
For context, I like can't tell my dad that I shop at Trader Joe's or Aldi because they are German owned. But the frozen food is just so good. It's
just too all reliable.
I was on the phone with my mom once and she's like, what are you having for dinner? And I was like, don't tell dad. But I'm
having cacio e pepe.
I was like, don't tell my dad what I'm eating. And she's like, what is it, unhealthy? And I'm like, no, it's just
it's just the ops. Remember the days where we had to like provide our own bathroom literature? Like you had to like, or when you entered a bathroom and you saw what they were reading?
It was such a beautiful curation moment.
It really was.
Like at my aunt's house in Belgium, I loved going, well, first of all, as an IBS girly, I already go to the bathroom regularly. So you got to make it fun. But she would have the best comic books. Like these older ones that she had saved from like when my cousins were kids. And so it would be so cool because you couldn't find them in the US.
That's actually very cool.
So it was very fun. I would really enjoy reading all the like graphic novels and comic books. Here we used to have, in my house here, we used to have, I don't know if you've ever been to the Disney on Ice stuff.
I went to one as a child.
I never went to any. My sister went to a bunch with my parents. So this was a pre-Natasha era. And they got like all the like programs and stuff. And so that was like in our basket in the bathroom. And I would just like reread like these
programs to an event you've never been to.
Literally.
I am so sad for you. That is very, very, very sad. Someone get this girl to Disney ASAP.
No, and I didn't even want to go. Like
that's really sad. You read a brochure.
And I was like, cool, that's all I need to know.
You read junk mail. That's actually wild.
And like random other like, do you remember what was it called? Like Tiger Beat?
Of course, that's a treat.
Yeah.
In a bathroom, that would have been a treat.
And that's like, you would buy one and it's maybe like 3 years old at this point, but you're still rereading it.
Oh yeah, for sure. That I understand.
And the quizzes.
Posters, heartthrobs of all kinds.
What was the other one? J14?
J14.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Very good one.
And it makes me really sad that there's no like magazine or media that is currently available solely for teens.
Is that true? Or are we just not in the target dem?
Well, because now 17 doesn't exist anymore.
17 was really for like 25-year-olds. That was like Sex in the City.
But it was interesting because it was like, it wasn't Cosmo yet.
It wasn't Cosmo yet,
but it wasn't Tiger Beat.
It was definitely not
and
Tiger
so it
Beat.
was like the graduation into reading 17.
So true.
Like I felt so cool when I was reading 17.
17 was nice and edgelordy.
Yeah. But there's no more that. Teen Vogue is mostly just Vogue now. Like
Allure too, Marie Claire, all of those.
There's no
mostly online. Like print is mostly dead.
Well, print is mostly dead in general, and maybe I just don't know. Maybe Tiger Beat does have a website.
Yeah, possibly.
But
are we sure they don't have a magazine anymore?
Yes.
Oh wow.
I think so.
I want to go to Rite Aid and like look at their magazine section.
Yeah,
like,
but it's crazy.
It's been a while.
There was such a like category of teen related literature.
No, there was for sure. That was a good time. I also remember, not to be a fucking dork, but like I was a young weirdo. I literally used to subscribe to Popular Science, and that was my bathroom literature.
Yeah, we had National Geographic Kids.
Like what nerds?
It was cool
Such
though.
Nerds.
Great like animal photos and stuff like that.
Yeah, true. Bathroom literature was a time, and I think you could learn a lot about people based on their bathroom literature.
And it just like, now you're just on your phone, which is cool, but there was something so like, first of all, unhygienic and disgusting because there's probably particles all over these literature pieces.
And all over our phones.
But yeah, and also the phones. But I don't know, it was just so fun, so sacred.
It was a good time. It was like meditative almost. You had control over what you were consuming rather than like, well, to an extent. I mean, whatever was in the bathroom you were stuck with.
Yeah.
But now it's just like you're scrolling. You're like doom scrolling, and whatever the algorithm feeds you is what you're going to be consuming. Yeah. You know? What
like
I've
Crumbl
loved,
TikTok videos.
Exactly. What I've loved recently is like when you read a comment that's like, who else is on the toilet right now on a video? And I'm just like, literally me as well.
Same.
Okay. This is a rough one I'm about to bring up.
All right.
We've talked in the past about family gynos. Okay. I want to just talk about male gynecologists. I'm sorry, there's no way you're not a pervert. Like, you're just a pervert. Like, there's no other way to put it.
It's no disrespect.
None.
But it's like, why?
I'm not against even seeing a male gyno, really. Like, definitely not my preference, but you are a pervert. Like,
I just, like, I don't get it. Like, you had all these options of specialties.
And it's different if you're like, oh, I'm really focused on, like, labor and delivery. But, like, if you're, I mean, you're a gynecologist. Like, your specialty is pussies.
It's
like,
crazy.
It's insane to me. I can't, it must be so weird to reveal that that's your profession to your family.
I've never seen a male gyno.
You haven't?
Mm-mm.
I have. Definitely not comfortable.
Our really good family friend is, though. He's a male gyno.
Did you ever ask him why?
No, I'm not that
Why?
close. But like, he does have like 7 sons.
Are any of them gynos?
No. But there's like no women in the family other than his wife.
See that? I'm not to be rude. Like, I don't know these people, but I do feel like there's something perverse about that.
It freaks me out.
It's really fucking weird.
Women energy is important.
It is so important. And it feels
Balance,
so safe.
yeah.
Like, I don't get it at all.
No, I've never seen a male gyno, and it's always freaked me out. And I think, not to make this like a sad podcast, but like in light of the situations that have been happening, for example, that doctor from Columbia and the one from USC who are male gynos who did assault and abuse their patients.
Have you seen the ads on the subway?
No. That are like, have you been...
No, it's like the opposite. It's like, thank you to the people who spoke up about this perverted gynecologist at Columbia.
Wow.
And they were just like it's the law firm who's doing who won, I guess. But it's kind of nice because I feel like I didn't even know about it until I saw those.
It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And I remember my mom not letting me see a male gyno.
Really?
Even like...
Was this in your era of going to college?
That this was all coming out? No, I think it all came out when I was already graduated.
Wow. So he was employed there still when you went there?
I guess, but I didn't go
but
there
still.
for gyno.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a fucking
I've never,
wild.
and it's definitely a creepy thing.
That's
and like
crazy,
it's
dude.
important. I feel like that's why people don't go to the doctor enough. And you really need to.
Yep.
And this is your reminder that everybody should get their skin checked and
get
their
a pap smear.
Pap smear and a breast exam and all the good things, because shit's real.
It is. It certainly is.
And doctors are creeps sometimes.
They can be, for real.
And it sucks.
No, they really fucking
I don't know
can
how
be.
you go back from that. Like,
because that's supposed to be a safe space.
Safe space.
You know what I mean? It's supposed to be very clinical.
And it's so exposing.
It is.
Like,
it's already nerve-wracking having
so
to get undressed
weird.
in front of somebody.
Like, it's something that only one part of the population does. And you're sitting on this like long chair, couch, bench, whatever, in stirrups.
It's beyond abuse of power.
And
like,
you're just
way
like,
beyond.
you're completely exposed.
Disgusting.
And
dude.
vulnerable. And it's really sad.
And that's not to deter you from seeing the doctor, but
No,
it
and you
is like,
should.
vet your doctors. If something happens, speak up if you can, and you have the strength
always make sure that there are nurses in the room too.
Oh, can you ask for a nurse?
If it's a male doctor in New York State and that it's a physical exam, it's mandatory that either the door stay open or that there's a like nurse.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's great to know.
Because it happened to me in California where I went to go see a doctor for like, I had a sore throat and I was alone in the room with the male doctor, and I Googled it after and I was like, that was kind of weird. Like there should have been a woman, but because it wasn't like a physical exam, like he was just like feeling like, he was like, you are fine. It's not required.
Wild. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. And that happened during our lifetime.
Yep.
It changed during our because I remember when I was at the gyno, she mentioned it. She was like, by the way, blah blah blah.
That's great to know. I can't wait to tell people about that.
Yeah, it's
honestly,
especially like, for example, City MD and stuff. I don't know if when you were getting COVID tests back in the day, if you ever noticed if you had a male person that there was often the door open, or
I don't think I noticed that.
Or like another person in the room.
That is so crazy. Wow. Good to know. Yeah. Thank you.
And we will fact check it to make sure the complete law.
Yeah, but even if it's like, if it's not a law, that's a great thing for you to request.
Yeah, like if you are alone and you're a woman and you feel uncomfortable, you can request that there be somebody else in the room.
Even if you're a male and you feel uncomfortable, you can just request that the door is open or anything. Just that is your right as a patient. You're paying to be there, or your insurance is paying for you to be there, and
you should be safe.
Yep, 100%. So lately, out of poverty, I've been avoiding getting my nails done.
Yeah.
So I've been letting like my nails grow out for 3 weeks instead of 2. And it's been like a very uncomfortable extra week, honestly.
You don't cut your nails?
No, I mean, I cut them. I just have fake nails. So like I get my nails done.
Oh, acrylics. Like grow out with the acrylics.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Like where your cuticles are.
No,
like,
I see what you're saying. I thought just like with no.
No. So I've been waiting like.
Are these acrylics?
Well, like my nails are long underneath, you can see, but like yes, I guess so. Whoa. The top part is acrylic. So I've been waiting that extra week, trying to stretch it as far as I can to save a little extra money. But like my closest friends and family know that I always have my nails done. Like you'll never see my nails bare since I was like a teenager. Maybe even before that, I was like known for having my nails done. But further than that, I fucking hate the nail salon. Yeah. I hate it with all my heart. It's supposed to be something sweet and exciting. And
it's not.
It's supposed to be like, people look at it like spa energy.
No.
It is stressful, chaotic, and a waste of fucking time.
It's like a very transactional, I'm just counting down the minutes till it's done.
Can't really use your phone because your nails are being used.
Yeah. The only part that's therapeutic and spa-like is a pedicure.
Agreed.
That
100% agree.
feels like a spa.
And that's when they're not fucking trying to do your nails and feet at the same time.
I do love that though, because I'm like, you guys got
for
the
efficiency's
memo.
sake,
Yeah.
I need it because I sat in the chair for 3 hours. Yesterday. 3 hours I was at the nail salon to get a gel pedicure and a fill-in. Bro, come on.
No, that's too much.
But
like an hour and a half is max. Like at one point,
it shouldn't take longer than that,
in
honestly,
LA,
or you're not good at your job.
I got so into the chrome dip nails.
I love chrome.
And it was so bad because that takes like an extra maybe 25, 30 minutes.
Yep.
And I would always be like, I'm so over this.
Yes.
And also like it's more expensive.
Dude, 3 hours. I almost got chrome over I did hot chocolate nails. That was my goal.
Mm-hmm.
And my whole idea was to put like that translucent chrome over it.
Yeah, but that would have taken forever.
But they didn't have the translucent chrome. They're like, you have to wear white under it. I'm like, no, I want brown. I want hot chocolate nails.
Yeah.
But if I said them, they wouldn't understand. Be like, what the fuck is that? Remember when the whole trend of like blueberry milkshake nails were coming out? And like basically the Hailey Bieberization. Yes, exactly. Of nails. I wanted hot chocolate nails. I did what I could, but they're all right. Seasonally appropriate.
No, I haven't gotten my nails done in maybe like 6 months. It's so bad. I've just been, you got me really into the press-ons. But then even without press-ons, now that I'm in class, it's so funny because I don't want to be the girl like, click, 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 click. Yeah.
I'm in food service right now. So it's like, I can't handle press-ons. Like the minute my hand touches oil, like they would disintegrate off.
No, I put a press-on pair like 2 weeks ago or something. And I think by an hour in, they 50% had fallen off because I was like moving stuff.
Yeah.
And then
I'm very hard on my hands.
I was bleaching my bathroom. And so the whole design came off.
Oh my God.
And I was like, well, now they're just useless. They're just pieces of plastic on my fingers.
But in the nail salon, like what's your specific pet peeve?
People talking to me.
Employees or people who are
employees both? For people who are not the employees, that's fucking weird. I hate when people try to strike up a conversation. Employees sometimes, but I like to keep it quiet.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially when it gets like into the personal questions. I'm like, no.
Like, what do you do for work? Do you have kids? Are you married? Like it gets like,
or why are you not married?
Oh my! No one's asked me that. If they did, I would kick them in the face.
And they're like, oh, I know somebody for you, and I'm like, I don't want to have this conversation again.
Wow. That's a nice, it's like pedicure and blind date.
Yeah, blind date. I'm trying to think what else is a huge pet peeve. Okay, recently, or not recently, the last time I went was in LA at my local spot, which I really loved. And that place I really loved because there was never anybody there and they were so nice and it was very quiet and like everybody was just there to do their thing. But there was this one guy who came in to get a service done. He was so loud. He was on the phone. Like, that's crazy.
Against the law.
Although Liz and I did get our nails done once in LA and this girl was on the phone. And it was maybe one of the most fascinating like life story to be eavesdropping on. She was like starting a new job in Atlanta.
Okay.
Like in a week. She had just dumped the guy she was seeing.
Love that.
She was worried about COVID. So she was like trying to stock up on tests.
Life change queen.
It was just like we were just listening to his whole, and then their family friend unfortunately had just passed away from COVID, but she was saying that like it was there were other factors.
Yeah, risk
like,
factors.
It was just like we were so entrenched in this conversation that she was having shamelessly.
Wow.
Shamelessly, very personal conversation.
Well, I mean, if it's happening in front of you, I'm sorry, that's your business.
But it was so funny because you could tell like Liz and I were listening and every single employee was also, we were all just like
what? What was his name? Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm not to impede.
And there were times where like some stuff was a little more shocking, and because then they were talking about like going on a first date with somebody. Like she wanted to go get drinks with her friend that night, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna get so lit. Let's find some guy." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, this is just I am living your life journey.
Yeah, that's bathroom literature for sure.
And that was great. But the guy who was on the phone, for some reason, I hated it more. Also, like the way whoever he was speaking to, he was speaking so poorly to. He was speaking so poorly to the employees.
Oh my God!
I think that's my biggest pet peeve
for me.
People who speak down to and they're like, "What do you mean you don't like?" For example, if you didn't have the chrome or whatever, this one girl was there and she was like, "What do you mean you can't do this? Like, I'll show you." And I'm like, "Girl, you need to take it down." Like,
nope. No way.
That I
That's
really
a no-no
dislike.
for me.
The disrespect is rude because it's a very unrewarding profession, 100%. Yet we all would be so lost without it.
Yep. That's exactly true. We all lost our minds during co.
Literally, I think that was one of the first things I did with my sister and get a
Mhm.
wax because we were like, we need to feel human again.
Mm-hmm. So I think one of my specific nail salon pet peeves, and this is specific to my nail salon,
Mhm.
there's a guy there who doesn't stop complimenting himself on his work.
I low-key love that though.
So I'll be like, you'll be in the pedicure chair and he'll be like, look, so good, right? It looks so good.
That's
All right,
so
it looks
funny.
amazing. I do a great job for you. It's like, okay, thank you. And then you put your headphones back in and it's like 5 minutes later, beautiful, look, I did such a good job. And like every time it's to the point where like I duck and cover when I walk in trying to avoid getting him.
That's so funny.
Because just leave me the fuck alone, please. Like I said, you did a great job and that's why I came back. Like I'm satisfied with your work.
We don't need to go over
I
it.
tip you.
Feedback
Like-
does not need to be in review format.
Exactly. I'll leave a Yelp review if I feel so inclined.
That's so funny.
But he doesn't stop complimenting himself. So yeah.
That's a good problem to have though, because I get the opposite at my one spot in LA. Every time I would do like, for a while I was doing like black and white, you know, like alternating fingers and stuff. And I would always be like, isn't it so cute? And she would be like, yeah, I mean, if you like it, I think it looks great.
You were looking for validation and she was not giving
And then
it.
one time I did like one plain color because I was about to go see my parents or whatever. And she's like, this is so much nicer, right? And I was like, yeah.
You're like, it's okay. It's not my usual. And they're like, right, it's not your usual.
And so like, this is nice.
Did I talk about how much I hate party nails?
What's party nails?
It's like when people get all one color, except like the ring finger will be like a design or the ring finger will be like a different color.
I used to do that when I was painting my own nails.
I fucking hate the party nail.
I used to do the pinky a different color.
It's an unpopular opinion, but I why? That's so folklore of you.
I mean, it was pretty on brand at the time, but
Wow, that's actually crazy. That's like crazier than a pinky ring. You're a little bit gangster for
I
that.
never had a pinky ring.
Well, yeah, you're not Italian.
But I did recently at my last session in LA use my press-on pinky as a dabber.
Oh, I do that.
That was great.
I loved using press-ons as like scooping for weed all the time.
The boys were all like, whoa. And I was like, yeah, I don't need a hot knife. I have press-ons.
Have you ever cleaned a bowl with your nail?
Yeah.
Best.
So you ever cleaned your ears?
Constantly.
It's incredible. The first time I did press-ons, I was like, oh my God, this is like, who needs a Q-tip? This is incredible.
You're like, they say Q-tips are dangerous. They don't say anything about press-ons.
Because I'm pretty famously anti-Q-tip.
Really?
Yeah.
I fucking love Q-tips.
No, I can't do Q-tips because I did have a blockage once from Q-tips. In LA, actually. Were
I didn't
you
know
unaware
that.
of it?
I didn't know.
I couldn't hear from an ear.
I was going to get tubes in my ears when I was a kid because I was constantly getting ear infections.
Yeah, me too. I was that kid that like, my parents were just, we had the antibiotics going.
Yeah, same. It was like monthly.
It was constantly in the fridge. And
Scary,
the
dude.
ear infection antibiotics of back in the day that like
The
white.
pink? Oh, the ones you put in your ear?
No, the pink antibiotic.
I'm resistant to that.
Yeah,
That's how bad it is.
I forget what that one is.
Amoxicillin.
And we were already beyond that one. And so we were on the like white liquid.
I went full Z-Pack.
And it was so bad because one time I like knocked over half of it.
Oh. And you couldn't finish your antibiotics.
Yeah,
you
well,
got an ear infection again.
No,
after
and then
that.
we went to the pharmacist and
You were like,
you just pay for another one.
You're like, give me a fucking refill.
I was like, I'm really sorry.
So shit, I had a good nail salon pet peeve as well. Oh, let me tell you something.
Okay.
So I go to a nail salon that's directly next to another nail salon, literally next door.
Are they related or competition?
Competition. To the point where the guy who was complimenting himself, when that salon first opened, I was a customer of the one next door.
Wow, you were.
I was a trader.
My mom
I don't
is
care.
like that too. There's one right next to the one she normally goes to, but she went back now to the other one because the new one
They
sucks.
watch me walk by. I don't care.
Wow, but the new one is better.
No. I mean, in some ways, yeah. But like in terms of like how the nails come out, I would say about the same.
So what is your factor in choosing?
I had beef with one of the employees.
Oh, okay.
I was like, okay, so when I get a French pedi, which is frequent,
So Italian.
I love a French pedicure because, again, we're in a recession. So We are, right? Or not? Is that just me?
I think we're just in a full-fledged humanitarian and economic crisis.
Sounds about right.
Money is just fake currently and
not real. It's never been real, but like it's worse. It's faker than ever.
Yeah. Debt is going and money's not coming in. It's just
exactly.
it's this crazy phenomena.
It is. So basically I was going there and I asked for my pedicure. I don't like when my French is pink.
Okay, you like a clear?
I like a neutral French.
Or like more of a nude?
I like a more neutral nude French. My ideal is what my friend Keiko, who is a nail artist, deemed the nut nail.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Perfect nut color. You know which kind of nut I'm talking about. Not this kind of nut. I will say
I do love a pink French.
No, I love a nut nail. I really do.
But I think it's a complexion thing.
Oh, probably true. Like, that's actually probably
because
true.
I am just red.
I don't like pinks on me at all. Even pink, like lipstick of any kind, any pink shade looks disgusting.
I personally don't like it, but it looks okay.
That's cool. Actually, that's good to know.
I just don't partake that much in pink.
I look really good in browns. Like,
yeah, I look very washed out.
Yeah, interesting.
I look sickly.
So I hate a pink French, and I tell them that. I was just like, hey, can you give me like whiter nudish for my toes? And the woman kept repeating funny bunny and was just saying funny bunny over and over again to the point where I was like, maybe like I think she's mocking me at this point.
Isn't that the name of a color?
It is the name of a color.
But isn't that a pinker color?
No, it's a pure fucking white.
Oh.
Did I ask for white toes? No, I didn't.
Oh, so she went full white, no tip.
That's where she was headed, yeah. But the fact that she said funny bunny, I'm not even exaggerating with you, maybe 25 times talking with other employees about me, where I was just like, you know what? I'm not coming back again. I felt like you were talking shit about me for picking my color. And then you were recommending a color that I didn't ask for.
Yeah, it's very different than them making fun of me for my weird alternating color choices.
Right, for your objectively ugly color choices.
They were more of like a mother. I was like, you need to be my mom because she also hates my nails like this.
And I respect her hatred of a party nail. I don't like it.
It was so funny. She was like, you're so excited. And everyone in the salon was like,
if you like it.
It's not that cool. And so what did they end up putting on your toes?
I don't remember. I remember we went back and forth a few times where I had to be like, no, that's not the color I'm looking for. Show me like an alternative, you know? But I was like, I shouldn't have to advocate for myself this much to get like a French pedicure. It should really be very chill. Like it's like the most basic pedicure of all time. So yeah, I went next door to the competitor.
And they
do whatever I like.
I love that.
And like, even like you said, they didn't have the chrome that I wanted to do my hot chocolate nails. Don't care. I'll deal with it.
Cheaper anyways.
Yeah. And you weren't mean to me. So
that's the main difference.
That's the main difference for sure. TikTok has ruined my favorite hair salon. I will say that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. My favorite underground hair salon that I am going to continue to gatekeep has very good prices.
Although you told me I could go.
Yeah, I'm not gatekeeping it for my best friends.
Okay,
I'm gatekeeping it from
society.
TikTok has done enough damage.
Because she told me my hair is looking so dark, which as a
I like it though.
Highlighting blondie, that's like the worst thing you can hear.
No, I like it.
But I'm in a like growing up phase where I'm gonna stop bleaching my hair.
Okay.
Also, it helps it not fall out.
Well, if you decide you want to go back to highlights,
I know
I've got
I want to try
you.
At least to get a trim.
Yeah, no, it's
next time I
so
drive
cheap.
into the city, I should drive through like.
Come, we'll do another part 2 of the Bay Ridge crawl.
Because I pass by like. Obviously, not really, but like I could if I took a different route.
Just get off the exit. Yeah, 100%. So I highly recommend. Anyway, I saw a TikTok video that blew up, and I think they're starting to get extremely popular.
And I think I sent it to you back in the day too, being like, "Is this your spot?"
I think maybe you did,
because I was like, "This is crazy." This girl is like talking about how much was it, like a $20 like blowout.
It's literally $25 blowout. Wash and blowout,
like in Bay or wherever. I'm not
in Bay Ridge.
No, I'm not even gonna say. And I was like, wait, is this like the trend in Bay Ridge or is this your spot?
Well, look what they've been trying to do.
She was like, fuck no.
I went yesterday.
And how much? 26?
They were. Well, I got the whole bit done. I got my roots done, obviously. I'm looking younger than ever. So shiny. My hair is so fucking shiny right now. Let's just give a moment for the hair. Anyway, I got a haircut I took off 3 inches, which is big for me.
That's a lot.
It is, right?
Because it still looks long, so that's pretty crazy to think how long it must have been.
It was so long, it was looking sloppy.
But even in
seriously.
LA, it was very long.
It's been getting like unmanageable.
Yeah.
Unruly.
Mine falls out before it reaches that point.
Right. Mine is just like raggedy.
Yeah, no.
So I needed this badly. Anyway, I got my hair cut. I got it dyed. And while I'm sitting there in the beginning, like after, right before my hair got washed, actually, she came over with a clipboard. Oh, they dyed
prior to?
Before wash.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And she comes over with a clipboard. She goes, put your name and phone number. She's like, we're going to look you up to see what you've been paying.
Smart.
I was like.
That means they're adjusting their, like, they want to see if you were the homie price first.
That means I'm getting grandfathered in.
Yeah, that's good.
Respect.
That's so
And then
nice.
she straight up asked me, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be in the system. I don't remember ever doing this.
Yeah, she's like, I've been so grandfathered in. It was before you guys had a computer here.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, I come here like every 2 months. I just walk in and walk out within an hour with my shit done. Most of the time, yep. Yep. I'm
like,
pretty,
you have no trace of me.
I'm off the grid there. Yeah, 100%. I've been going there literally since I was in like middle school.
That's actually offensive that they didn't have your
right. That they recognized me by face. I will say that.
But not by She
was like, "You've been here before, right?" I'm like, "Yes." The funny part is, my sister was there like last week.
That's hilarious.
They probably thought I was her, honestly. So I'm like, "Yeah, I've been here millions of times." And she's like, "Okay, write down your name and your phone number. We want to see like what you've been paying." And she couldn't find me. She's like, "What have you been paying?" And I told her, and she's like, "That's how much it's going to be today." And I was like, wow, like.
Did they have your sister in the system? You should have checked.
I don't know. I don't think I checked. But we get different services. My sister doesn't have the gray hair that I have.
Yeah, but your sister would be probably one of, like my sister would be, of like putting their name down for something.
So true. My sister also put me onto this spot legitimately when we were children.
That's crazy. Yeah, I feel like she would be in the system.
Mm-hmm.
She feels like a system kind of girl.
I feel super
blessed.
I feel blessed. And I actually feel like I fought gentrification.
And you put in, they could charge you like X amount today, but it's like you've been paying so much. You've put in the money throughout the years.
Agreed.
That they don't need to be gouging you.
Right. And you can bet your ass that I'm going to make referrals.
Versus like a one-off from TikTok who's like going to come once and like never again go to Bay Ridge because they'll be like, oh my God, I like left New York.
Exactly. Exactly that. Exactly. So yeah,
it's the Bay Ridge tourism fee.
Yeah, exactly. Pay your fucking way on more than taking the R train for an hour and a half.
I honestly can't stop thinking about the Panino Rustico sandwich.
Oh my God, thank you. I went in Staten Island the other day.
It wasn't as good?
I need a Panino Rustico passport.
It's so good.
I've been to 3 locations.
I didn't have to eat for like a full day.
Yeah. Like, that's what I do. I pack up half usually.
It was like the most filling sandwich I've had in a mother flippin' minute.
My mouth is literally watering right now.
I want prosciutto so bad, which I know I'm saying incorrectly.
You should come to La Industry and get a slice with prosciutto.
I want pizza.
Are you here Sunday?
I am.
Come.
I'm here until Tuesday actually because my mom's putting me to work on Monday.
Really? In the house?
Yeah, she like has a list of stuff she needs to do.
You should come visit me at work tomorrow.
Oh.
I'm working.
Yeah.
Come through, dude. You and your sister too.
And my cousin.
You guys should really come.
Because I think she wanted to, so my cousin's pretty cool and she like lived in Brooklyn for a while, like 10 years ago now, 15 years ago in Clinton Hill. And it's so funny to hear from a transplant about the gentrification of Brooklyn, where she's like,
holy shit.
So the building she was subletting like a couch. It was like before Airbnb existed. She found this woman off Craigslist, like she was living on her couch in some like tiny brownstone in Clinton Hill. Like, and now she is like, the house has been torn down. It's now like a high-rise building.
Wow.
She's like, she was like getting lost everywhere. She's like, I got off on Bedford and didn't know where I was because it's like not, and I was like, it's so funny to hear this because it's been happening for years.
Yeah, dude, it really has been.
And
it's crazy.
And she just like, it doesn't matter. It's pretty like glaringly expanding.
It is. It's actually crazy.
She said it was impossible to find like a local deli just to get a bagel.
Oh yeah, dude, everything it's all was Taco Bell.
She was like, it's all these. They were like reading reviews and it's all these like young kids who've like bought businesses who are like trying to make like the hipster version of XYZ.
If you're lucky. I feel like it's all chains right now.
there's like
Sick.
There's a lot. I feel like there used to be a law about chains, and I'm wondering if that's gone because there's an expansion of chains in New York that hadn't existed before.
Isn't that wild?
Like there was McDonald's, but there weren't really.
Exactly. There wasn't that many 7-Elevens.
There was like a few Wendy's, whatever. But
Taco Bells are huge now.
There used to be like 2 Taco Bells. One on
They're hard to
125th
get.
and one on 42nd.
There used to be one in Coney Island. We would have to go all the way to Coney Island to get Taco Bell.
But now I hear there are Taco Bells. There's one at 14.
They're everywhere, dude. There's
like,
one off Marcy.
It's crazy. Like, and that's something I had never had Taco Bell.
There's one in Bay Ridge.
Until I moved to LA.
Wow, dude.
I had it maybe like once
crazy.
or twice in New York, but never like where I had spent time looking at the menu, knowing what I liked there.
Del Taco needs to come to the East Coast.
Del Taco is so good. I love Del Taco.
So good, dude.
But there's so many like good random spots. Like that's why I'm confused because I felt
I'm still
like
a taco truck girly.
You never really needed a chain because like I never felt the need to go to McDonald's or whatever because I was just going to the bodega getting a chopped cheese.
100%.
Which it like fulfills my burger need.
Yeah.
Because it's better.
Mm-hmm.
And some bodegas have fries, which is also dope. Even though they might be gross, but they're still good. I've been
in a halal mood lately. I've been like fucking
I've been craving halal so bad.
Okay, maybe you should come to Bay Ridge.
Yeah. I'm like, I could see myself living in Bay Ridge one day.
Honestly, I would love that.
But it's cool because my cousin is here with her partner and he is Italian.
Really?
And so he's like, they went to, they were in Red Hook yesterday and they like were walking around Brooklyn. And he was apparently like in tears because they went to like a Italian supermarket and he saw all these products that are like so discontinued in Italy that like his grandparents used to use.
Oh shit.
But it's because they
he's like from Italy.
He's like like he barely speaks English.
Oh, wow.
Like I don't understand like half of what he's saying.
Holy shit.
And he's like, it's so crazy. Like I'm seeing all these products that are like just, I guess, so important in the US from like immigrants who were grandparents and stuff like that, but like are products that aren't really used today, like in Italy.
That's sick, actually.
Like especially
really cool.
Produce like brands and stuff like that. He's like, wow, it's like the older label and blah, blah, blah.
That's sick.
And I'm like, that's so cute. And apparently he was very moved. And I was like, yeah, you should. Next time when you have more time, we should go see Sarah in Bay Ridge because she's like
in
queen of New York Italian stuff.
Oh my God, I love it so much.
I know I should show him L'Italia, the TikTok account. What's her
Italian princess.
Because have you been to the sandwich she works at? Sandwich place?
No, I just don't go to Long Island ever.
Oh, is that where it is? For a second I was hoping it was in Brooklyn.
No,
because those roasted peppers.
But her
so
New York City spots are spots I frequent.
Yeah. But I wasn't sure if the spot she was currently at.
I have spots for you in Bay Ridge for Italian pepper sandwich.
It's just.
You have to go to Original John's Deli.
I want any sandwich.
You need.
I haven't found a good sandwich spot in DC.
Dude, John's Deli is holy grail.
I love sandwiches.
Also Leone. There's a lot of good ones.
And I was texting Sarah this, but the pizza place nearest me in DC is a New Haven style pizza.
That's fucking disgusting.
And I texted Sarah, I was like, should I do it?
Like, have you tried it?
No.
Like
they close at like 9, which I'm sorry, if I'm ordering like a pie of pizza, it's usually at 9. It's like because I don't want to cook anything else and like I just want to have, because this is what I've been doing recently when I have another pizza spot I've been ordering from, which is kind of trash, but I'll get like a pie and then I put half or like 3/4 of it like immediately in the freezer.
Oh wow, immediate.
And, like not immediate, like I'll eat and then when I'm done eating, instead of putting it in the fridge, I put it in the freezer.
I think that's so smart.
And
I love freezing shit.
Then I'll bake it from frozen, which I feel like makes it less dry, but also like then you can have kind of individual slices.
I think it's brilliant. I honestly do. My mom does that.
I got so shit on for my food safety issues.
I'm so proud of you. I really am.
So
so you don't keep it in the on oven.
No, it stays like on top of the oven while I'm eating, you know? Like
and then when you finish your meal, you put it in the freezer.
The box goes in the trash, and then I put in foil in the freezer.
So fucking proud. I've never been prouder.
It's such progress of my pizza consumption.
So lately on TikTok, I've been seeing about these videos that you've sent me a couple of them. Me and my sister have been sending them to each other constantly, and it's about sisterhood.
They're so funny.
They're so
Sister
cute.
TikTok is...
It's wholesome as hell.
And every time I'm with my sister, we're like, ugh, we should make TikToks. And then we take the phone out and we're like, what should we do?
Right. But it's like even just the idea of sisterhood is like so crazy because people who grew up with sisters are girls who grew up with sisters.
Yes.
A sister exclusive household. They're so different from people who grew up with brothers or who grew up as only children.
Yeah,
or,
like mixed or no.
Yeah.
But
And it's
sister
so
to
special.
sister, I mean, there was literally a show, Sister Sisters.
So true. My name was almost Tia when I was born.
My name was not almost Tamara.
What was it almost?
Samantha.
Oh.
But then they thought it was too close to Sarah, which is my sister.
Yeah.
And
A lot of people forget my name and assume it's Samantha. They're like, Samantha, right? And I'm like, no.
That Sarah's become Samantha's. And I was texting Alyssa the other day. I was like, why the fuck does everyone call me Natalie?
You really could be a Natalie. I hate to say it. You really could be.
But I've told you it's Natasha.
Yeah, it's
Like,
fucking weird.
Why does Natasha become Natalie?
I have no idea.
Like, I've heard Sasha sometimes, which makes a little more sense. Like, if I'm mumbling and you didn't hear, like, the beginning.
Oh, true.
Like, Sasha. But, like,
Right.
Natalie, where the hell did you get that from?
That's bizarre.
Nat, but
You want to know something so funny? My mom will constantly take a name and shorten it, but not on purpose. Like,
That's
she'll
hilarious.
forgetfully do it. So my friend Christina, I've been friends with her literally for fucking years. Decades at this point. She was my roommate in college. She was my friend in high school. Like, literally forever. My mom will constantly default to being like, well, is Christine going? I'm like, Christina. Like, what the fuck are you cutting the A off for?
Do you ever call her? Like, is that
I've
even
never called her Christine. Like, she's simply not Christine.
My parents are the opposite. Like, whenever one of my best friends growing up, her name is Maggie, like to us, but her real name is Marguerite. Marguerite. And my parents will like pretend they don't know who it is when I'm like, Maggie. They're like, oh, you mean Marguerite? Yes.
You're like, full name or nothing at all.
Yeah. Like, and they're like, who's Allie? You mean Alexandra?
You're like, sure, yeah, that's exactly what I fucking mean. Oh my God.
It's so random. They're like very anti nicknames.
Really?
Yeah. They have like other names for us, like I'm Beeks, but they won't call me like Nat or
right, or Natalie. Thank God for that.
You really think I could be a Natalie?
You look like you could be a Natalie. I kind of like that.
Natalie
for you.
with a H or no H, like N-A-T.
No, that's fully Nathalie. I'm not even joking. It is Nathalie.
It's Natalie in French.
No, I actually know somebody named Nathalie.
And they call themselves Nathalie?
Yes.
No, in French it's just Nathalie, but it's like with the H.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Do you know people like that?
Yeah. But then in the US, I've seen it without the H.
I've only seen people actually named Nathalie with the H.
And they pronounce it Nathalie.
100%.
Yeah, because like, for example, Nathan in French is just Nathan. It's not Nathan. Well, first of all, the T-8 doesn't exist as a sound in French. Nathan.
Okay, so you know what's really funny? My sister, like if she's saying nothing, the word nothing.
Yeah, she's saying nothing.
What are you up to? She'll say Nathan.
That's hilarious.
So I think
not
I'm
for
gonna,
Nathan?
I mean, that's really funny.
We need
Actually,
to make a rebrand.
not for Nathan,
just for her.
And we should just maybe maybe we'll adjust our logo to have a hot dog, not for Nathan.
Okay, I do love Nathan.
That's really funny. I don't, but beef hot dogs all the way.
I've never had their hot dogs. I love their crinkle fries.
Their fries are fucking bomb. There's a Nathan's truck outside.
Yeah, I
want to get the fries.
I've never in my life had a hot dog from Nathan's.
Crazy.
But I'm not really a hot dog person.
Yeah.
And because as Jews, like there was a
whole era. The Jewish hot dog.
But there was a whole era where you like couldn't really trust, so you didn't know, you know?
But they use Hebrew National.
Like now it's so popularized and like spoken about.
Yeah.
But there was a while where like people wouldn't say where their hot dog was from.
So true.
Now it's like, oh, Hebrew National. And there's like a brand behind it.
We only bought Hebrew National growing up if we were eating hot dogs.
But like back in the day at a random party,
how do you know
it was always pork?
It was always pork.
And so we were just taught like, just
no
don't eat hot dogs.
Yeah. So not for Nathan. So I'm going to start saying not for Nathan.
Which is my cousin, actually. It's funny. It's like we're both
I love that.
the Nat.
Yeah.
So he took
Nathan.
Nat as the nickname in the family. Like when they say Nat, it's referring to him.
Shah.
Yeah, they just know.
Go by Shah.
No, they call me Beeks.
Beeks.
Yeah, which is
I love it.
I love it too, but
it's so cute.
There's no rhyme or reason to like why that's.
It's just cute. I love it. Well, thanks for joining us for another episode of Not for Nathan.
Nathan.
Find us every Tuesday wherever you watch or listen to your favorite podcasts. You can find me, Sarah, at How Can I Help You across platforms. Where can they find you?
You can find me at Natasha PRZ or Pussyweed.
See you soon.
Bye.